All right, so let's go over the banded sumo deadlift at the mid-shin height. If you're watching this, you also watch the conventional example. Everything is the same. The setup's the same as far as the band goes and the elevated surface. The sumo variation, this can be considered a slightly regressed variation for somebody whose hip mobility just doesn't allow them to get down to that position without really kind of putting a lot of pressure on the lower back. For some people, just the conventional deadlift may not be the best progression for them right now. That could be just a advanced situation where you're not as advanced, maybe you're more intermediate, or maybe you're even on the beginner end and you're not ready for the conventional deadlift, or this lift just kind of makes more sense for you from a biomechanical standpoint, okay? So you're gonna have the same setup, except now you're just gonna go wider. So I'm gonna have my feet around the bands here. The band's right in the middle. And for the sumo, I like to try to bring it out a little bit past shoulder width. For you, it might be a little bit different. So it might be shoulder width, or it might be a little bit wider. I would fool around with this one and figure out what works for you. And then from here, I like to point my toes out about 10 degrees. And then from here, I'm just gonna bring my hips back and my knees out. And actually the whole time, unlike the conventional deadlift, my shins are up against the bar, and I'm nice and close to that bar. So I'm gonna go bring my hips back, my knees out, I'll grab that bar, grab me on the inside, and go push through my feet and stand up. Now from here, everything else is the same as the conventional. I'm gonna drag it down my thighs, I'm gonna get my hips back, and then once it passes my knees, I'm gonna bend the knees and drive them out. The lockout's going to be the same. You don't want to overarch. You want to think about just pushing your hips forward, contracting your glutes, and just standing upright at the top.